Anytime, man.
Hello and welcome to the Generation Gap podcast. I'm Lunchbox.
And I'm Gleek.
And if you were wondering what that sigh of
Disgust.
was, it's I'm fiddling around with like a little miniature Gundam model that I got today.
Playing with his toys.
And it's
Let me see this
it's
thing.
fucking shit.
Oh my god.
It's pissing me off. Is what it's starting to do.
It's fiddly.
It is.
It's really fiddly. And people collect these.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some model kits for these
Mm-hmm.
that are like $150.
Shit!
More. They're huge, though.
They better be. They better fucking go, like, to the fridge and back, bring me drinks, make me something to fucking eat.
This
Go out and mow the fucking yard, something.
I know this little Asian kid who gets some of the models every now and then, and he has used like these little clippers,
Mm-hmm.
and he ends up having like hardcore blisters from fiddling with all this.
Clipping the sprue and stuff off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one doesn't have a lot. It's actually a good casting.
Yeah, the people that make the Gundam models do a really good job.
Yeah. Well, I can't say too much. I used to paint Raupartha and Grenadier miniatures, for D&D. You've seen them. I got like fucking 100 of them.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get that guy on here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Lunchbox took me by some game shop over in Union City, Tennessee. I'm so old.
I've never been there before.
I am so old and out of date, man. There wasn't nothing in that store that I recognized some of it, but I'm looking around and like, where's the shit I'm into? Nope.
No. They really didn't. It was mostly a Magic the Gathering style store.
Yeah.
There was like some kids playing a little bit of Wii U, and
I had like some Japanese board games and shit.
And they had King of Tokyo and King of New York, which both look like they're pretty fun games, but it really just wasn't my cup of tea. I've never been in there before. One of the guys I used to work with said that his son goes in there and plays like card tournaments all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'll give it a look.
Well, I don't know. I've been in game shops, and they got old school like second edition D&D and how the fuck can you call yourself a game shop and you ain't got no fucking miniatures?
The only miniatures they had were Hero Clicks.
Yeah, who wants that shit? I don't give a damn about no Marvel fucking garbage. And yes, I said Marvel fucking garbage.
Speaking of Marvel fucking garbage, I got some video games today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got Punisher for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that game fucking rocks.
I finally have another one off the list.
Yep.
Ninja Gaiden. So that leaves Mega Man 2 and Galaga. And then I got Diablo 3 for the couch co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Which you might see some stuff from us out of that. And I got the greatest fucking sports game of all time.
Oh, fuck.
NCAA 06.
Yeah, right. Super Spike Volleyball. For the NES. That game kicks ass.
And I played so much Dude, I played through the career mode of NCAA 06 no less than 4 times. All 4 fucking years, every single game.
That sounds like work.
It was fun. I had by the second or third time I played through it, I had the difficulty all the way up.
Oh God, no. Well, I'll admit I have played some sports games, dude. I've played a few.
Yeah.
I remember playing like some early Madden bullshit, like on P1 or something. It was way the hell back. And I didn't give a shit. I remember when they'd pop up like pick a play, and I would just close my eyes and just flail around on the controller, just pick shit at random,
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit.
One of the first sports games I ever seen for the PlayStation 1 was another NCAA title.
Mm-hmm.
And no shit, there were 2D sprites on a 3D field.
What?
Yeah, I could not believe it either. But dude, like, no shit.
That sounds like some Atari shit.
It was mind-boggling how they did this, but it looked like, the early 3D shit they had, and then if like the camera angle moved at all, you could see like they were flat.
Fuck that.
Yeah, like.
God, it makes me think of the old miniatures for D&D stuff. The very first miniatures ever for D&D.
Yeah.
Were little cardboard things, like with the hero drawn on it that you took this weird little piece and it was like a little plastic fucking clip and set them in.
But can you draw your own?
Yeah, you could draw your own.
Oh.
And
awesome.
they made these all the way up until second edition. You could actually still get them. Well, not second edition. During the age of second edition for the basic D&D game, some of the modules had that shit in the back.
But sounds...
They actually made them during the 70s, though, that were made out of metal. And it was just a rectangle of metal with like a wizard stamped into it. Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of like some of the board games and shit. I know like the newer Chutes and Ladders and stuff have like a cardboard cutout of that certain character that you put in those plastic stands.
They used to be plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like fucking heavy duty plastic.
Yeah, but because that's what that made me think of. I think the version of Chutes and Ladders, or not Chutes and Ladders, but Candyland that I had as a kid.
I never owned Candyland. I played it at school.
It fucking blows.
Oh yeah, I had to play it like in kindergarten. And Chutes and Ladders used to piss me off, and fuck that.
I had Snakes and Ladders.
Snakes and Ladders?
Yeah.
You had like the generic knockoff Chutes and Ladders?
Yeah, I had the generic knockoff Chutes and Ladders.
Wow.
I had Snakes and Ladders.
Oh, the worst board game I ever had. And it doesn't even qualify as a fucking game. I don't even know how you qualify it. Just look it up sometime. Mostly Ghostly.
I thought you were about to say a Ouija board.
I used to have one.
Yeah, Ouija boards don't even classify as a game either.
We busted that sumbitch on purpose. We was just like, this is stupid shit and fuck this. This is for simple fucking minds to like lose their shit on.
Simple Minds is a good band. Don't talk shit about them.
Well, dude, we used to use it. All right, we used to use a Ouija board back in high school to fuck with stupid girls.
Oh God.
Yeah, we'd go to these parties and shit, and everybody be drinking and acting stupid. And it is really, really fucking simple to move a Ouija board so the other person doesn't know it. I mean, it is unbelievably fucking simple.
You distract when you get one of your other buddies and be like, ooh, Ouija! Moving their hands around. And
yeah, everybody's like, play it up. Well,
flailing back and forth so they're distracted and you just spell out, you're like,
yeah,
fuck me.
Yeah, we used to do stupid shit like that. You put it on your lap and shit. You can do it on a table, put it on your lap. On the lap makes it so much easier because if you move your legs a little, the board's kind of moving on its own anyway. They won't feel it. And all you got to do is just, you get them relaxed and loose and you can just guide that fucking planchette wherever the fuck you want. Once you get it moving in a circle 8, and you can just whoop, right the fuck what you want.
Yeah.
And like you were saying there, Spirit, is there anything you want to tell me? Fuck Gleek.
Oh, shit. See, I never fucked around with a Ouija board, like...
Well, yeah, but we did it just because manipulating fucking dumb girls.
Yeah, which I can see that's probably the best use for it, but I've never had any use for playing with a Ouija board, or I don't even know if you could fucking play.
Like, we played with it and seen how easy it was to manipulate people, and that's why we destroyed it.
Yeah.
Just went out and busted it apart, because we were like, this is a tool for taking advantage of people.
Yeah. And
we didn't want nothing to do with that shit. I mean, we actually felt guilty for what we had done. Like, God, we played these stupid bitches.
That's so ridiculous.
And I felt like a manipulative asshole. Which I was.
Gleek in his younger days used to be fucking evil.
Yeah. Not really evil. I was a really nice guy, but... well... I had a way of getting back at people. Like, every girl that we fucking tricked, like, with that shit, was always the douchebag girl. You know, the one that had just been a bitch or something for no reason.
Girl.
She's like, you know, my family's rich and y'all are poor white trash. And yeah. Which I'll admit, when I was growing up, I was a trailer park boy. I was like fucking a mix between Ricky and Kenny.
But since I stay here at a Casa de Lunchbox on the weekend, I find myself becoming Ricky every time I'm here.
Yeah. Drinking a half fucking fifth of goddamn Kraken. He got fucking stumbly last night.
I was horrible.
I didn't drink a drop. I just watched him sit and dance and sing, and he showed me every MP3 he owns.
God, that must have been thousands.
You showed me a bunch, dude. You were singing like to the Misfits and all kinds of shit.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, you were singing. You were singing. You were fucking bopping and dancing. You were about falling off the fucking porch and walking into the fucking patio.
At least I'm a happy motherfucking Saku goddamn fuck shoulder pad fell on my fucking goddamn shoe.
Quality construction, my man.
Fuck.
Anyway, there's something I've been wanting to talk about. I think I brought it up in another podcast.
Yeah.
I think it was in the Conspiracy is Entertainment podcast. But I've been thinking a lot about this because I've had some instances of this happening to me. All right, the Mandela Effect, which you remember me talking about it.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of want to bring up the ones that have happened to me. And what got my attention was I seen mention of a Sara Lee ad. And I can remember this cake company years ago having this jingle. I remember the jingle. As soon as I saw the name Sara Lee, the fucking jingle popped into my head. And the jingle was Nobody Does It Like Sara Lee. Well, if you go and look up the history of the Sara Lee Cake Company, supposedly the jingle is Nobody Doesn't Like Sara Lee.
Yeah. I'm reading through the list you have right here.
Oh, yeah.
And something I kind of want to go ahead and point out is Jif Peanut Butter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dude, Jiffy is the people that make the fucking marshmallow cream.
Mm-hmm.
Not Jif.
And Jiffy popcorn.
Yeah.
Jiffy Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be that come in looked like had a pan. It was a metal pan with a handle on it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, and it would pop up in this big.
It looks like a pie tin.
Yeah, aluminum foil bag would pop out the top.
Yeah, but I just that's the one that I saw on this list.
All right, well that's another one that I remember. I have two memories of that. So this list is all the ones that I fucking remember. I went through the list of. I found the site, the Mandela Effect website, and I looked through some of the Reddit stuff on it. You know, the different Reddits on this topic. And I got to looking, and it was the list I've made here is the ones that I remember. You know, that they ring to me.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Jiffy Pop or the Jiffy, real quick, I can remember the ad for Jif peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Choosy moms choose Jif.
Yeah, it's always been that.
Well, yes, because I remember the Annette Funicello old ads from the 70s and early 80s. But I do have a memory of seeing Jiffy peanut butter on the shelf with the same emblem as Jif now. And there's people that swear that that's their memory of it, that it was always Jiffy, and at some time, somehow, boop, Jif. No mention of Jiffy, that it's just Jif.
I'm thinking that, like, with some of this, some memories still get clouded.
Oh, yeah, I'm more than willing to go along with that.
Yeah, and that is one that I got to stick by my peanut butter.
Yeah.
You know?
Peanut
butter's always stuck by me. I've got to stick by my peanut butter.
Well, what I'm saying, I have two memories of it.
Yeah.
I remember the ads. Where it was Jif, but I also have this memory from being a little kid. Now, that could have been an alternative company.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It probably was. Like, Jiffy decided to get in the peanut butter game for a little bit, and then the people at Jif were like, your name's a little too close to ours.
Exactly.
Let's keep making fluffernutters and work in peace.
Exactly.
And if,
we'll advertise together, maybe.
Hold on a second. Let me explain to our wonderful audience what a fluffernutter is.
Okay.
It is marshmallow cream and peanut butter on a sandwich.
And it is awesome.
Oh my god, it's fucking heaven. Oh my god, it's
God, if you could fry that up with some banana.
If you
fried peanut butter and banana.
If you can, have you not ever done it before?
Not on peanut butter and banana fried sandwiches, no.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Have you lived?
Yes, I have.
Sir? Have you lived, sir? Have you been alive?
Yes, I have.
You have to wait for it to cool down. Have you ever had a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Not fried peanut butter and jelly, no.
You've never grilled a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No.
Dude, that's fucking amazing too. Even butter in the outside. Dude, I am
sounds
fat.
like it.
I have like put everything in a skillet with butter.
You have deep fried Pop-Tarts. Have you?
I haven't deep fried Pop-Tarts.
But you made a Pop-Tart sandwich.
Yeah. Peanut butter Pop-Tart sandwich.
Damn right.
It's where you take peanut butter Pop-Tarts and you put peanut butter in between the peanut butter Pop-Tarts and then you make a peanut butter Pop-Tart sandwich. And I like repetition.
Oh yeah. I've eaten Pop-Tart sandwiches.
Yeah, Pop-Tart sandwich. Wasn't I the one that I told you about that?
Yeah, but I mentioned to you, it's like, I've had that, yeah.
Yeah. Peanut butter Pop-Tart sandwiches.
When I was a kid, I thought I'd invented it, you know. Ooh, this is awesome, Pop-Tarts and peanut butter and jelly, and just back in the day, I didn't want no chocolate Pop-Tart. When chocolate Pop-Tarts come out, they were fucking god-awful.
They're good now.
Yeah, oh yeah, now. Then,
my favorite.
Then they were chalk.
Yeah.
They were fucking chalk.
My favorite Pop-Tart is s'mores. S'mores Pop-Tarts. Fucking amazing.
I like cherry and strawberry.
Wild berry is pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, back to what we was talking about.
Yeah, before tangents happen.
All right, getting back to what I was saying. The other day, this is what got my attention, you know, to bring back the whole Mandela Effect thing to my head. Was it, like I said, the Sarah Lee thing? This is driving me nuts. Because everybody I've talked to and brought this up to, they fucking remember the version I was talking about nobody does it like Sarah Lee.
Yeah.
It has never fucking been nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. That's a double fucking negative. That
doesn't make any fucking sense.
That grammatically makes no sense.
It's like...
But
just
you go back and watch the ads. You can go back and watch 60s ads on YouTube. And it's this alternative fucking thing. And it's like, I fucking know it wasn't that. I saw it in print in like coupon books. And
yeah.
I used to help my mother clip coupons when I was a little kid. And I can remember seeing it. I can remember the ads on fucking TV.
Well, coming from an advertising standpoint, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you say nobody doesn't like?
Tell me about it. It's a double negative. It confuses your fucking mind.
Yeah, and
yeah, and the way the old
like
ad used to go was nobody does it like Sarah Lee, and then it'd be the sound of a kitchen timer going off. Ding! Dude, it was like Pavlov's dog. You know what I mean? That fucking ding!
And then everybody starts drooling and wanting devil's food cake.
Exactly. Perfect fucking advertising. But if you look, it says, no, that this is what this has always been. That's Mandela Effect.
Yeah.
Which is another one. I've mentioned it before. I fucking remember Nelson Mandela. I remember watching on television with my brother, and he still to this day remembers it. We watched NBC News. 1989, they announced that he had died in prison. And they were showing all these fucking world leaders coming to his funeral, and that he was going to be buried the next day. This big fucking hoopla.
Yeah.
And I remember the next day watching the news, expecting to see more of this shit. Nothing. The story was just gone. And then years later, out of the fucking blue, they announced, oh, he's been released from prison. What the fuck? He died in 1989. I saw it on television.
I don't even know why Nelson Mandela was in prison.
Yeah, but it's for pissing off the powers that be down there.
Oh yeah, during apartheid.
Yeah. But there's more to these. Like I said, there's a whole list. I want to go down through some of them. If I can get the damn computer to cooperate. Alright. There's the classic one. And this is another one I've talked to people, and everybody fucking remembers it the way I remember this.
Yeah, I remember Bearstein Bears.
Yeah.
Not Bearstein Bears.
And that's one. The Berenstein Bears, it was spelt E-I-N when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember plainly asking the teacher, or having to read the book or something in school, and I can remember looking at the way it's spelt, and her correcting me, because I had pronounced it like Frankenstein. Berenstein. And the teacher said, no, it's pronounced Berenstein.
It's
like,
Igor.
Yeah, that's what went through my head as a kid. I remember like laughing because I could remember fucking Gene Wilder going, Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's what
yeah, and I remember being like third grade and that shit going through my head. Well,
when that movie was brand new. And,
yeah, back then, I'd just seen it a year or so before, like on HBO.
Everyone slicked their hair back and hid underneath the desk whenever Reagan told them to, because the nuclear bomb was coming.
Well, not everybody did. I was the one that told the teacher that if the bombs get dropped, I'm out of here.
We're all dead anyway.
Yeah, I told him. My daddy said,
"Fallout 4 confirmed."
Yeah, my daddy said, "Fuck your hiding your head bullshit. You get your brother and sister, or at that time it'd have been just my brother, but you get his ass out of the school and you haul it fucking home, Yeah, fuck that duck and cover bullshit."
I love how each one of these that we've gone through has led to a tangent.
It always leads to a fucking tangent. Everything, we always end up in tangents.
Dude, I never heard of the conversation tangent until we played D&D together for the first time.
Oh, where we would swing like way the fuck off in the left field?
Yeah, there was...
The game would stop for like 10 minutes.
One of our friends that we played with, she had to literally throw up her hands, was like, tangent!
Yeah.
And we were like, oh yeah, we're playing a game.
Yeah, we'd talk for like 10 minutes and get on something just totally fucking different.
Fucking references out the ass.
It was not uncommon for somebody to slap the table and scream tangent, to draw everybody back in. But yeah, back to what we was talking about. Okay, the Berenstein Bears, I remember seeing the way it was spelt, the pronunciation. If you go and look at a Berenstein Bear book now, you look at 60s books, they're all spelt A-I-N.
Berenstein.
Dude, I'm telling you, at some time, it has to be. History changed around us at some point. And it's in a way that doesn't change the future hardly at all. There's, really no ramification to it. But I fucking know what happened to me as a kid. And I can't prove it. You know what I mean? I can't even go back and grab the old book and say, see, this is the way it used to be printed.
Yeah. It's
like sliders. It's like, you remember how they used to jump from one world to the other?
Yeah. The thing is, reality is all perception.
Oh yeah, we live in a matrix.
Yeah. But little bitty fucking things change all the time and we don't even notice.
Yeah.
Like,
you step on an ant when you walk across the yard. In one world you stepped on him, the next world you stepped over him.
Yeah.
And that change might not come around for another 100,000 years. The ramifications of that.
Yeah.
The butterfly effect from it. I wished I hadn't have killed that fish. Remember Homer when he sat on that fucking fish?
Oh.
When he had the time toaster?
Time toaster? Let's just talk about Mr. Plow.
No.
Or the monorail.
No. I'm going down this list. Alright, here's another one. Here's another one on the list. This is another one I remember. It happened. I know it happened. I fucking saw it, and my mother saw it. I mean, her both have memories of watching this on television from like 3 or 4 years ago. Billy Graham's death.
The preacher dude?
Yeah, the preacher dude. I plainly remember seeing his coffin. I remember the cover it had on it was a flag. It was a white flag with a red cross. It
was adorned with gold and onyx.
No. But his son was standing at the foot of it, and they said was supposed to tell his eulogy or some shit. Well, I fucking saw it. And if you go back and you look, this motherfucker is still alive.
He's
and
like
it was his
90 something.
Yeah, got Alzheimer's or something. And his son is supposed to be like the one that died. Well, his wife is supposed to have died like in 2007, and I remember them showing her at the funeral with the son. I fucking know I saw it. And other people, like I said, my mother remembers seeing it. You can look it up on the net. There's a lot of people that remember it and describe the same thing I did about seeing the coffin covered with a white flag and the cross and, you know, all that shit. He was in this, I can't remember where exactly, but it was this great big auditorium-like place. I remember being big and open, and they had his coffin right in the smack fucking middle of it. And like thousands of fucking people, they had clips of them like going by and viewing him in the coffin. Yeah.
Fucking shit.
You know, like 10,000 fucking people showed up or something to view his corpse, you know?
It's all, look at this parading dead body.
Yeah.
Fuck me. It's like when they took President Lincoln across the country. That's so fucking, to me, let me go off on a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Fucking funerals and shit.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you have to have a viewing?
I think it's to prove to people that he's actually dead.
Really?
Yeah. The people come up and actually observe him and say, yep, that motherfucker croaked.
That's so fucking cold.
Well, think about it. It's before the ages of pictures and video, and seeing's believing. I could see it maybe like for a king. You know, let's say that you're a king and you hear that your enemy has died.
My whole thing is...
So you send your ambassador to come to look, and then the ambassador come back and goes, yep, sire, that motherfucker's dead as a carp.
See, my whole
Cannonball
thing is,
to the face, dead as hell.
There's no need for it today's age.
Mm-mm.
Like, when I die...
Well, yes and no.
When I die, I don't
Yes
want a
and no.
fucking viewing.
Hang on, yes and no. There's a few times where it's really fucking appropriate. Like the death of a king or a president.
Okay.
Alright, a Kennedy. Sorry, I wish there was more pictures and witnesses to Kennedy. Totally different subject, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
Rusty Shackelford.
Yes, sir. Back and to the fucking left. But, alright, back to what we're talking about here.
Hold on a second, but
All right.
where I was getting at, at least for me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have a fucking viewing.
Oh, hell no.
But can burn my corpse.
Don't even have to do that.
Actually, the way, and this is a little bit morbid, the way that I want to go out is put me on a shitty boat and set it on fire.
Yeah, Viking funeral.
Viking funeral.
Well, the way I've always thought, it doesn't matter.
Like a badass.
Pitch me in the fucking ground. Go dig a fucking hole. Don't need no coffin. Don't need jack shit. Just strip me naked, whatever the fuck. If you can use my shoes, use them, you know. I don't fucking need them anymore.
Yeah.
And just go pitch me in a fucking hole.
Yeah.
Or take me out somewhere like they used to do with the fucking Indians and just lay me out and let the environment have me. You know, they used to give people back to the sky guide.
Yeah.
You know, they put them up on a scaffolding so the birds could come
Like
and get
what
them.
they do with Darth Vader.
Yeah. Kind of like Vader when he's burned up. You know, just do whatever. Just don't be cutting my fucking body up and giving it to people.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is my fucking spleen, and it's my fucking pancreas.
I mean, they could have my liver after I'm done with it, but I'm not sure they're going to want it.
You don't want it, yeah.
No.
But I've always been worried about is what if I wake up 100 years from now and I'm a fucking brain in some fucking machine?
Let me Ghost in a Shell?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or what if they, like, take my nuts and put them in some guy and he sees to spurt out, like, 1 million of my fucking babies? That ain't cool.
Dude. An army of gleeks. All sitting there simultaneously reading Stephen King.
And hating movies.
And watching documentaries all the time.
And unanimously all saying, we don't like it!
I fucking hate it! And another goddamn thing!
Yeah. Alright. Let's get back to this.
Alright, hold on a second. Imagine this show. With like 2, maybe 3 gleeks and me. Where y'all will just be having a rabble fest, and I'll be over here like, yeah, okay. Okay.
That would be hellish. Because I would probably tell myself to suck a dick and shut the fuck up. You opinionated old fuck.
Dude, that'd be a thing for a time travel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is bring back 3 different stages of Gleek.
Oh no! Hell no! Oh hell no!
Let's do a podcast like that.
Oh my
Future cast.
God. Future me might be alright. But you go back in time and find me when I was like 19. I was just...
Maybe future you would
I was
hate
fucking...
less things.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it would just be like, man,
Just-
I don't really care.
I was 19, bitter, disappointed. I was a ill-tempered motherfucker when I was 18 or 19. I was a nice guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please note the fact he said bitter 19-year-old.
Yes. I was nice on the inside. I had a good heart, but I was disgusted and just...
I hated things when I was 19.
I did too.
But I was never like...
Oh, I was bitter.
Bitter?
I was fucking bitter. I hated... Oh, God. That just...
There are things now that make me fucking rage. I mean, traffic being the main contributor of all of my butt hurt.
Pushy salesman.
No.
Yeah, that kind of irritates the shit out of me.
That might irritate you, but I can see where the guy's coming from. I'm not sure if he was making commission or not. But
Yeah,
I mean,
we had to deal with a pushy GameStop salesman earlier.
But it's not like he was selling a car.
He was trying to sell us a PS4.
Yeah, I told him, he was like, "Oh, I'll put you guys at a PS4," and I'm like, "Knock off $300 and we'll talk."
Or like I told him, I said, you make it play Atari games and we might have a deal.
Because I've already got the model of PS4 picked out that I want. It's just a matter of, I have other shit I gotta buy right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, fucking A, we got shit to buy.
$425.
There's not a chance in hell. I'm gonna go buy a fucking old, like, ratty bike or something.
Yeah. But that's your plastic crap, and this is my plastic crap.
I could buy a damn good bike. Good starter bike for $400. You know, something to work on and a good project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I'm going to be creating content with.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
We would be playing the hell out of it. I'd admit that.
Yeah.
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 Which, God, that's something I want to do. I really want to start streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's games you've been wanting me to play, and I'd get a kick out of, like, you know, getting you to just be able to record you sitting down and, like, kicking some of these games' ass, like the old Atari shit. Like Burger Time. You were a fucking savant at fucking Atari Burger Time.
I'm fat. And
Yeah,
it's a food. It's a game about food, and I was salting them sausages.
It's just the first time you started playing it. I'm like, holy fuck, he's better at it than I was the whole time I'm coming up. You know? Fuck me.
All you gotta do is walk over platforms.
It's a hard game.
I don't see how it's hard.
It's a difficult game.
Like,
Well, the controls and the
controller is ass.
and the graphics are ass.
Well, of course, but it's fucking Atari.
Yeah.
I mean that's like complaining about the fucking graphics on Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
It's 8-bit.
Well, yeah, but the graphics on Super Mario Brothers are awesome. To this day, they're still awesome.
Yeah, they still hold up, especially Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, yeah.
Punch-Out is great graphics.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden is kind of one of those games that falls a little short,
Mm-hmm.
but still, there's a lot of shit happening in
Well,
Ninja
it's
Gaiden all the time.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
It makes up for it in the gameplay.
And
Tetris, to this day, well, Tetris will hold up 100 years from now.
So will Minecraft.
Yeah. Which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, that Minecraft is now the best-selling game of all time.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think that they could make a more advanced Minecraft that have better graphics.
Well, to me, the graphics don't matter in Minecraft.
Oh, no, it's the gameplay.
Yeah, it's the gameplay.
But I'm
period.
saying they could. I think they could make a version with better graphics.
What I don't play vanilla Minecraft, and I haven't, like, in fucking years. I play Tekkit, which adds in a whole bunch of, like, machines to automate everything, and, like, you can build these automatic quarries, and my favorite part is going out and, like, exploring the world and finding oil.
Yeah.
Because then, like, I build like this complicated piping system, and I'll bring it back to my tanks, and then I refine it, and start using it for my machines.
I remember like trying to divert streams and shit to like flood caves, and
oh yeah,
it would always piss me off that it would only flood so much of it.
Oh, the water physics?
Yeah.
The 8-block water physics, and then the 4-block lava physics.
Really?
Yeah.
Just fucking annoying.
Nerds!
Well, back to what we was talking about. 'Cause I got a whole list I'd like to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another one that I remember. The Mandela Effect stuff. We talked about this earlier. When I asked you to spell Fruit Loops, how do you spell the fruit part of it?
F-R-O-O-T.
Yeah. That's the way that it is now. You go to the store, and that's what it is. I'm being honest. It is not a false memory for me. I would swear this in front of God and court and whoever the fuck.
I don't think you should swear in court.
Well, I wouldn't swear to God either because he don't exist, but anyway,
that's purely opinion. Please don't get mad.
I remember growing up, and it's been forever since I've eaten a box of real Fruit Loops.
I don't like them.
Well, I mean, I never cared for them. But that's why it's been forever. I was a kid the last time I ate a box of Fruit Loops. And
large fruity pebbles.
Well, they're all the same flavor, even though they're different colors.
Yeah! Fuck that shit.
But when I was growing up, I'm honest, there's a fucking heart attack here. It was spelled F-R-U-I-T. Fruit. Plain ass fruit.
I think there's like a malto meal.
Yeah, that's what I always ended up.
Knockoff.
That's what I ended up eating most of my life was knockoff cereals.
Yeah, me too.
But I remember fucking Fruit Loops being spelled as real fruit, not F-R-O-O-T.
Well, I think it should be spelled F-R-O-O-T because it's not real fruit anyway.
Well, it's like I asked my sister about that. Last night I asked her, I said, "Sis, how do you spell Fruit Loops?" She thought about it and spelled fruit. Just like, a banana, an apple. And I told her, I said, no, it's supposed to be F-R-O-O-T. And she looked at me like I grew another head.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it isn't. It's F-R-U-I-T. And same thing I said. I remember seeing the fucking box.
And then out from the corner, you pull out a box of Fruit Loops and like, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah. Well, I told her to look it up. To go look this
Google
shit up.
that shit!
Yeah, to look it up on Google. She looked it up and she was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. And let me go down this list of some more here. Here's another one, dude. Mystery Science Theater. Okay? The show, I remember, used to annoy me because they would show movies. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted the guys to shut the hell up so I could watch the movie. I really did. I just wanted to see these old shitty movies. I mean, I'm making my own fucking jokes. Me and my buddies and my brother and shit sitting around, cracking our own jokes. When that show come out, it was Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, its fucking name later changed to Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm being honest, dude. I never fucking remember it being Mystery Science Theater 3000. Mystery Science Theater 2000. We were coming up on the fucking millennium, and that was the fucking name of it.
Mystery Science Theater. I don't remember.
2000.
I don't remember.
Well, that's just one that goes in my head,
Yeah. I don't think I ever watched it, to be honest with you.
I watched it a few times.
Excerpts and shit.
Now, here's another one that kind of blows me away. Podcast or two back, we mentioned the Challenger explosion.
With Big Bird?
Yeah, with Big Bird. Now...
Big Bird in space! Alright. I get that out of my system.
Feathers.
Okay.
Alright.
Referencing ourselves.
Supposedly the Challenger exploded January the 28th, 1986. Now, I agree with the year. It was 1986 because I was in 6th grade. I remember that day very plainly because I heard the teachers. I had held back in the classroom All the kids that took off went to fucking recess.
Yeah!
I had held back for like 5-10 minutes doing something. I didn't really give a shit about recess. I didn't care. I wasn't out there playing.
You don't want to play kickball?
Fuck no. I wanted to be away from these goddamn kids, and recess was just retard time, and I didn't. That was the year I used to go out and do like sand paintings and shit, just to get away from fucking kids.
Yeah.
And I remember the teachers coming in, and one of the teachers told the other one that the Challenger had just fucking exploded. And the teacher saying, "Oh, thank God I didn't show that today." Because she thought about showing it on the television, and some of the other kids in school had saw it on the TV. I remember, though, going outside and telling the other kids that the Challenger had just exploded. Nobody fucking believed me. Nobody fucking believed me. Because I remember the kids like, "Oh, bullshit, NASA knows what it's doing. Fucking shuttles don't blow up."
Stop! That's a conspiracy!
Yeah.
You nutcase!
Exactly, yeah, I was getting called a conspiracy case back in fucking 6th grade.
Oh yeah, Kennedy was shot? Yeah, whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. But, now here's the thing that's fucking with me about this. I remember that day very plainly. And the date is supposed to be January the 28th. I have a very plain, vivid memory of going outside onto the playground and telling these kids, and it being warm. We weren't wearing coats. I was wearing short sleeves. And you know yourself, January the 28th, it's anything but fucking warm.
I don't know, man. This year, remember, well, actually, late last year, December, dude, I was outside in fucking short sleeve shirt. Because it was a freak heat.
Maybe it was, a freak weather pattern.
Yeah.
But it's just a very vivid memory, though, of not being cold. And I will give it that. That could be just, I'm hinging that memory on the fact that I wasn't wearing a coat, and it could have been a freak weather pattern where it warmed up for a day or two.
I mean, we can Google weather back in the past.
I should.
Yeah.
That's really what I should do, is look up our part of Tennessee and see what the weather was then.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm going to put that on the peg in the what the fuck box.
Yeah.
I need to figure this the fuck out. All right. Here's another one. It's a word. The word dilemma.
With two M's is how I've always spelled it.
That's the way you've always spelled it, with two M's.
Yeah.
Well, I was taught to spell it with an N. Dilemma is the way that you spell it, but it's pronounced dilemma.
I think the person that taught you how to spell that was retarded.
That's the thing. Look it up. It was taught supposedly all over the fucking country. Yeah. And at what point? The thing is, nobody can find a textbook that teaches that.
Yeah. Dude,
but I remember,
so fucking stupid.
I remember my spelling book having it.
Well, maybe it was a spelling book that was done. Maybe it was a grammatical error.
Yeah, but even if it's a graphical error, it's a fuck up, it should still exist. Somebody should still be able to find that example.
I don't know. I think they recycle textbooks, don't they?
I think they do.
But,
Alright, here's you another one. And the only reason I know this is because I was flipping channels years ago. I saw it in a list, and I'm like, holy fuck, I remember that.
Yeah. I
was flipping channels, and I remember even to myself saying, I don't give a shit about this. But it was that in 2003, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar had a fucking baby. I remember the news announcement saying that they'd had a fucking baby. And I once again, I remember my memories. I'm like, why the fuck do I even care about this?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for whatever the fuck one of them damn gossip shows to end so something else will come on.
Here's the view.
Yeah, that kind of bullshit.
Every time I see Rosie O'Donnell, I want to secretly kill myself.
Yeah, so does she. I'm sure she wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror.
Fuck, I'm Rosie O'Donnell!
I'm such a huge fat dyke!
Why am I Rosie O'Donnell again today?
God, you want to see something that'll scare the hell out of you?
Wake up next to Rosie O'Donnell?
Well, dude, there's a movie from way back when.
Does she show her tits?
No, but she's wearing like this fucking lingerie crap. It will scar your brain.
I don't know. I would have done her like League of Her Own era.
No. All right, here's you another one.
Yeah,
And this is another one.
Fat chick, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Here's another one that I remember. I remember seeing it referenced on television. I remember seeing this photograph, or picture, I should say, in my history books as a kid. All right? Supposedly, it doesn't exist. The portrait of Henry VIII. All right? A famous fucking painting way back when of him holding a fucking turkey leg in his hand. I know for a fucking fact. I saw it in my history books. I remember it being referenced on fucking Bewitched. On the TV show Bewitched. They go back in time, and the way that you knew that it was supposed to be Henry the fucking Eighth that they're talking to is that he's holding a goddamn turkey leg in his hand.
God, turkey leg sounds so good right now.
Yeah, I know it. But you see what I'm getting at, man.
Yeah.
This picture does not exist anymore. The closest to it is a picture of Henry VIII, which is, it looks very similar to the one I remember, but he's holding a pair of gloves. Yeah. Now, how is there these fucking references in some media of him with the turkey leg? People have the memory of the turkey leg if this picture never existed.
Maybe, what happened was the person making the textbooks saw this parody image of maybe the original holding the gloves, and they decided to use that instead of the actual ones because they're like, it's a textbook, maybe this little joke.
But why has nobody ever found the image since?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I'm trying to have a counter argument.
I understand totally
of this because, like,
oh, believe me, I've had these arguments in my own head. Because, you feel pretty fucking nutso when you're thinking back on this shit.
And I can explain one of these away right here. Another one. The Katy Perry one.
Yeah.
Her using the name Kate. I think she used the name Kate back when she was doing her Christian rock music.
She had a different name. I'm sure. Go look it up. She did not use the name Kate Perry.
I don't ever remember her using the name Kate Perry at all.
I remember it. I fucking remember that. It wasn't long, because I remember, like, oh, more music I don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
But I remember that name. And here's another one. And you said you remember this one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interview with a Vampire. So I remember the books. I remember the movie. It was Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Nope.
That I do remember it as Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, but history says, yeah, there's multiple vampires, so it can't be the vampire, it's a vampire.
Yeah.
But you go back and you look at all the fucking books, everything, it's Interview with the Vampire. So me and you both have this fucking alternate memory.
Yeah. That's one that I cannot skate around because I remember it as being it. What's the Taps Ghost Hunters one?
Oh, this is once again the only reason I know it is I happened to see it on TV. Mm-hmm. The show Ghost Hunters, when it come out. I remember my sister and my mother watching this shit, and I passed by and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, these dumb fucks." And I had heard them talk on Art Bell's old show, before, after Art Bell had left.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking George Snorri. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be George Norrie, but he lives up to the name Snorri. He will put you to fucking sleep.
Maybe that's why he's on like after midnight.
Well, Art was on always after midnight.
Yeah, but maybe Art was keeping people up too late.
Yeah, he will.
They needed people to put them to sleep.
Which I got to give a big shout out to him. He's getting his own show again. It's supposed to come out like in July, and I cannot fucking wait. I cannot fucking wait for Art Bell to get his ass back on the air.
Yeah!
Oh my God.
Nerd.
I love me some motherfucking Art Bell. Fucking Midnight in the Desert.
Nerd.
Hell yeah, dude. I used to make a fucking point every night listening to that shit. I would be up to 4 in the fucking morning. It didn't matter what the fuck I had to do the next day.
God fucking damn it. Fuck that.
There was plenty of days I'd get like 2-3 hours sleep. Because fuck that, I'm listening to fucking Art Bell.
Dude, I love sleep too much. Like, me and sleep, we have like this deep-seated relationship where...
Well, yeah, but...
We don't see other people. It's committed.
Well, it was a little difficult back then to fucking, there wasn't podcasts. It was a little difficult to record this shit at night.
Yeah.
You would have to do crazy shit like hook your VCR up to the fucking radio, set it on extended play, and let it run all fucking night. And then you still had to start the tape 2 hours before he started talking. 4-hour show, you got 6 hours of tape.
Oh, fuck
Which
me.
they used to actually sell a thing they called the VersaCorder. And it was a programmable cassette tape that you could dial it in to start recording at a certain time.
That was probably expensive as fuck, too.
Yeah, because it had to record really fucking slow. Like on a single-sided tape.
Yeah.
Yep. And it had its own tape speed and all that. I remember them selling for like, God, 125, 150. Talking about way back when.
Fuck that. For fucking cassette tape?
Yeah. Yeah,
Dude.
so you could fucking, quote, time shift it. That was the term they used to use. Time shift your fucking radio. Yeah.
I'm looking at Gleek right now.
Yeah, he's giving me this fucking... What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, this stupid advertising thing. That's almost as done as blast processing.
Blast processing.
Fuck me, it's so time shift your radio.
Yeah.
What is this, Chrono Trigger? What the fuck?
Well, it makes sense for Art Bell show. I mean, think about it, man.
Christ.
Which, you need to go back and listen to some of his classic episodes.
We've gone back and listened to some of the better clips.
Yeah, I think I showed you
We
some...
listened to like fucking 3 hours of shit one night. That was
Oh,
just
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I showed you some Mel's Hole that time.
Yeah.
Mel's Hole is fucking awesome.
Dude, but...
And the guy overflying Area 51, like, called him live on the radio and shit.
Yeah. But fucking shit, time shift your radio.
Yep, that was, oh, fuck, I can't remember the name of that damn company.
I swear to Christ, if it's Memorex, I'm selling them a stock.
No, they're
They're tanking anyway.
Fuck, what was the name of that? The company's still around.
It might be Memorex.
I can't remember the fucking name of them.
Holy fuck, dude.
They're still around, and they still sell, like, a special satellite radio. They sell, like, to record shit into podcasts, to record radio and make your own podcast out of it, so you can listen later.
Dude.
And they make, like, some high-class radios and shit, but I can't remember their fucking names.
It sounds like if they're able to sell a cassette tape using the name Time Shift and $125.
Well, they used to make, like, their radios used to have, like, real wooden cases. Real metal fucking bezels and shit like that.
Oh, like the that one NES system that's like $300 now. It's all wood.
I think Crane?
I don't know.
I think that's the name of them, Crane. But, let's dip back into this list here. Alright. Do you remember the show? Well, alright, I'm going to say part of it, and I want you to tell me what you remember. Sex blank blank city.
Sex in the City.
You remember it as Sex in the City.
It's Sex in the City.
Nope. Officially, it's supposed to be Sex and the City.
That wouldn't make any fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. I remember it as Sex in the City, and I remember the show fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I
mean, who wants to see granny tits?
Yeah. Okay, let's finish up this list here. Yeah, I think I didn't mention it all earlier. When I was talking about the shit, the Taps Ghost Hunter thing, and we kind of skipped all over that. Got off on the Art Bell. I remember hearing those dumbasses on Art Bell and being just like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
This ghost hunting horse shit. But I remember them saying something about getting a TV show or some shit. Well, I said fuck it that night. I turned it off, just ignored it. Later on, I come in and my sister and my mother is watching this ghost hunter show that had just come out. And I remember the fucking advertisement in the beginning comes out as Taps. I seen the fucking intro to the show. Well, if you go back and look at it, they say, yeah, their organization was called Taps, but the show was never called Taps.
Weird.
And I'm like, sorry, I and 2 other people fucking remember seeing it. You know? Yeah, here's another one. Do you remember Jane Goodall?
The woman with the gorillas.
Yeah, the chimps and shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember the story that she was killed by poachers?
No.
I do.
Not once. I read that and I was like,
I remember it. I can honest to God remember that being on the nightly news. That she had been killed by poachers. That's all my memory of it. Just that I'd heard that mentioned. Which could be a news report where somebody read it and then come back later and said, fuck, we screwed up big time.
yeah.
Let's ignore it, pretend like it never was broadcast.
Dude, Jane Goodall's job would scare the fuck out of me.
Fucking with monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are fucking silverback gorillas. Oi! I'm Steve Irwin!
I'm gonna put my thumb up his bum.
Today, I'm gonna mud wrestle this 800-pound gorilla. He's sexually active and got a boner.
I'm gonna grab him by the nuts. Watch this.
Let's hope I don't get raped.
Shoot the fucking gorilla! Shoot the gorilla!
Get him off me, Mimsy!
Oh, Lord.
My tardy taka, girl.
Alright, here's some more here. The Tiananmen Square Massacre.
Yes.
Alright, you remember Tank Boy, right?
Yes.
What happened to Tank Boy?
He was probably put in like a gulag for like forever.
Yeah. I've talked to people that were 100%. I remember him being that he got away and was later caught.
Yeah.
I have talked to people that are absolutely 100% certain that they fucking saw it, that the tanks run his ass over. And that it showed it on camera. That one dude told me specifically he saw that the tank try to duck him a couple of times, like around him, and that a guy pops his head up out of the hatch, yelled at him for a minute, like making shooing motions, you know, like get the fuck out from in front of the convoy. And that he pops back down in the tank, and then they rev the fucking tank up. And the dude told me he saw fucking, like diesel smoke just pour out of it, you know, like they were trying to fucking rev it up to scare him. And then to fuck it and just put it in gear. And just run his ass over. Yeah. I've talked to several people said they remember him dying. But this one guy, it's been a few years back, but he was certain that he had fucking saw it. And to the way he told it to me, it's like, even if he dreamed it, you know, he fucking believes that he actually saw it. There'd be no convincing him otherwise.
That's fucking crazy. And a downer. That makes
Yeah.
me sad.
Well,
Like, legitimately, well, the whole Tiananmen Square incident,
Yeah.
that makes me fucking sad. But
mm-hmm.
I don't like to talk about serious things sometimes.
Oh, God. Here we go. I don't like to watch the news because it's depressing.
Well, I don't watch mainstream news.
Well, I don't either.
I mean...
And I will admit, it is depressing as fuck sometimes. The TPP bill? Yeah, that's pretty fucking depressing, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the last time I watched our local station, every single fucking time I see our local station,
Mm-hmm.
the one out in Paducah.
Robbery, murder, death.
No! They always run a story that isn't fucking news.
Oh, yeah.
Always!
Well, I think they get paid for a lot of it.
Yeah, they
I
probably
really do.
but-
It's product placement and story placement.
Which I can understand. I mean, if you would like to advertise with the Generation Gap podcast, you can shoot us an email at the very end of the show.
Yeah, we'll make damn fools out of ourselves.
Yeah, we'll talk about your product. It's probably a fine thing, whatever you have.
We'll advertise the piss out of your widgets.
The piss widget.
And we won't even say the word piss when we do it.
We might say fuck like 30 times, but
That's right.
that's what you pay for, folks.
Well, no, they pay a little extra to not cuss. If they want us to be ourselves, it's, you know, the cheap payment. If you want respectable, you pay respectable money.
That means that, you know, I have to say it. And then
Yeah, I know, because you got the voice for radio.
the voice for radio.
I got the shrill ass fucking... I don't know, man. My voice sounds horrible. I hate my fucking voice, dude. I hate it.
It took me a little bit to love mine, but
Yeah.
It's my voice.
Yeah. Still, I can't stand it. All I can hope is when we get the new mics and we get everything hooked up, I'll be able to, like, tweak it.
You'll end up sounding like that homeless dude they found, like, and this is Kraft macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, Gleek, you sound a little bit different on this episode's podcast. You're like...
You ever thought of that homeless guy? There's some point where he says it in a perfect radio announcer's voice, "This is some really good crack. I'm going to get me a big fat sack of that crack.
Oh my God.
Give me the money, bitch. I've got to buy crack."
He has a beautiful voice. I think we should just go ahead and give him the money. You don't bother calling the cops.
Thank you. I'm going to go buy some crack.
Have a good one, man.
Crack, crack, crack.
Have you ever done radio before? Nope. I'm just going to go smoke some crack.
Could you imagine?
Dude, we just did.
Oh, Lord.
Smoking crack.
All right. Here's the biggie. Here's the last one on the list. Here's the biggie of all of them. The death of Chakotay on Star Trek Voyager.
See,
I can remember watching Star Trek Voyager way back when. I don't remember how. I don't remember the episode. But I am absolutely fucking certain that the character Chakotay fucking died. And was gone a couple episodes because I remember being happy that he come back to the show.
Yeah.
I remember being just happy as shit that they had changed their mind and here he was again. But if you go back and you look at all the episodes, watch them again, he never died. It's, you can look it up too, like on the internet. It's, people have that memory that they remember him dying.
This is something that I would not know too much about. I was still a kid when Voyager was on the air.
Mm-hmm.
This is something you had to talk to my dad about.
Oh yeah, your old man, I'm sure, could tell you a breakdown of every fucking episode. And
dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, his knowledge of fucking Star Trek. He could write an encyclopedia of Star Trek.
My dad, he likes looking at the guide on their satellite television provider.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday, they always play an episode of Star Trek. What he does is about an hour or so before the show starts,
mm-hmm.
he'll go down on the guide, read the info of it, and you're like, look at it for a couple seconds, and like, oh yeah, this and this and this and this and that happens.
He could explain the whole episode.
Yeah, in like a few sentences.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Dad.
Well, what amazes me is his memory of books and storylines.
Yeah.
And even the fan stuff, the fan episodes. Yeah.
This is not the first time that we've talked about my dad.
Because it's that fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Which, we need to actually discuss with him and bring up this Chakotay thing with him.
Yeah. Because I, like I said, I wouldn't know very much about it.
Mm-hmm.
My memory of Star Trek at that time is Ferengi.
Yeah.
So
that's a completely different,
it's
show. Yeah,
it's
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. God,
but that's what I remember of it. I just remember that the character died or something, and I remember being happy that they'd brought him back.
Yeah. And
it wasn't until years and years and years later that I read about this. Other people had, supposedly it was brought up to him at a convention. Yeah. That a couple of fans brought it up and asked him about the episode, a man and a woman, like a man and a wife, asked him about the episode where he died.
He was like, what episode where I died?
Exactly. He didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But these people were adamant that they had saw it. And
crazy.
Once again, you look on the internet, there's quite a few fucking people that will say, yeah, I remember that. And it fucks with me because I have that vague memory.
Dude. That's just... Because
well,
I know with quite a few shows, soap operas and such, and more turning to the drama, killing off someone and bringing them back.
Oh, it's in every comic book. It's in every soap opera.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think everyone fucking died.
But come back.
Yeah, but come back.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's just one of those things where it can either be one or two things.
Mm-hmm.
It could be this reality shift,
Mm-hmm.
or it's producers like, fucking cover it up, God
This
damn
never
it.
happened. This
No,
never
don't
happened.
look, fucking cover it.
Well, it's like the episode that's supposedly not canon anymore, where Janeway and all that turns into the fucking lizard thing and has the babies, and yeah, but that never happened. You know, like that episode was like, oh, we fucked up big time on that one. That's alternate world, you know.
I mean, water creature, holy fucking shit.
Well, any of that stuff could be played off on them shows by saying alternate universe.
That's probably one of the best Voyager episodes I ever watched, where they went deep out into fucking space and they found all of the Borg cubes, and all of a sudden there was this natural ship that came through this rift, and they're like, it's a life form.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking up Borg cubes left and right.
Oh, that was that species from the water plane of existence.
Yeah.
The fluid space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, that was a badass episode.
Oh God, yeah. Now, see, that's one of those episodes that's one of the episodes that made me love Janeway.
Yeah.
Because she's like, fuck these bitches, let them fight.
Yeah.
You know, just...
Because they couldn't... Well, the Borg, they don't know how to fight anything from that plane of existence.
Yeah, their weapons had no effect. And
yeah,
they'd never encountered anything like it, so they didn't know how to assimilate to it.
Yeah, and two fucking phasers on the Borg. Pow, pow! Fuck!
Yeah. Which I always thought was kind of ridiculous. That... Now, you mean to tell me that Worf, being a fucking Klingon, security officer, all that shit, weapons expert, all that
grab
crap.
a Klingon blade and start fucking decapitating bitches?
Well, in that one movie, he did pull out that knife. Remember, he had his Klingon knife.
Yeah. I'm talking about the fucking big one.
The Bat'leth.
Yeah, the Bat'leth.
Yeah.
I can't remember the fucking name of that thing.
Assimilate fucking this.
Assimilate,
you know?
yeah. Just holds it like this giant fucking...
Didn't he do that where he like
Klingon
clubs one of
cock.
them with a fucking rifle? I think he says like assimilate this and like clubs the fucking guy.
Don't know, but that sounds like it'd be a fucking great action movie line.
But wouldn't Worf, seeing that oh shit, here's the Borg, he goes back, reaches in his weapons locker, and comes out with a great big old school fucking 44 Magnum pistol. A kinetic impactor. There's no energy weapon bullshit to it. This is a goddamn big ass slug firing at hypersonic speed, you know?
Did the Klingons, here's a question for like hardcore Star Trek nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Klingons develop to a certain point and then get energy weapons a lot like what the human race did, okay, in Star Trek? Or were they like the Mandalorians, where they had basic weapons? They didn't even get up to kinetic weapons. And then all of a sudden, here's the Empire, you're going to have energy weapons.
I think that's what it was. Something about I'm probably, once again, we need to ask your old man.
Yeah.
But the Klingons supposedly were barbaric-ass people, and a ship crashed on their planet or come to visit them or something.
Yeah.
And they, like, took it.
Of course they did.
Yeah, and that's how they got the technology. And I could see that.
Yeah. Because...
that makes total sense to me that they would just steal it.
With the Mandalorians, it wasn't a stealing type of thing.
It was give to them.
Yeah, but for the secret of Mandalorian armor.
Yeah.
Mandalorian iron. Because, and, you know, I hope this shit is still fucking canon. Because, there was I believe it was a Sith. This is back when the Sith were big shit and had their temples. It was shown this huge block of Mandalorian iron by, you know, the basic people of Mandalore then. He took out his lightsaber and touched it to it. And it did nothing. Mandalorian iron is lightsaber proof. So, man, all energy weapons cannot penetrate it.
Well, I have a question. If the Empire was using Mandalorian iron.
It's very small quantities.
But wouldn't Vader, his ship, wouldn't his armor be Mandalorian?
That's a good question.
I think it would be.
Yeah, but it was supposedly the Mandalorians, that was the one thing they did not give up, was the secret of Mandalorian iron. Because I think they were the only ones that were able to smelt it.
Okay.
I mean, you have this lightsaber-proof fucking...
Yeah, but Vader could show up there on Mandalore, grab a fucking blacksmith by the throat, and pimp slap his ass around for a little bit and say, make me some fucking armor.
Boba Fett was so secretive that when he poisoned Dingar, he had both glasses poisoned, pulled out his own straw, and put it underneath his helmet and drank through it.
Wow.
So you think that, Darth Vader is going to scare a Mandalorian? No.
Well, consider this. The Imperial Guard were Mandalorians. The Emperor's
but they
guards.
were not going to give up their shit.
Well, no, but that says to me that they were subjected by the Empire.
Yeah, they were subjected too, but they also had their own, high fucking place in it.
Oh, yeah.
Mandalorians are a lot like the Klingons. You just don't fuck with them.
Yeah, that's why they were Imperial Guards.
Yeah, and that's why I think they were able to keep that secret.
Still, I just wonder about it. It just seems to me that Vader could have got some fucking Mandalorian armor. I mean, come on. He was letting Boba Fett on and off the ship, sending him off to do these jobs. And yeah, Boba Fett's really fucking handy to have around, a guy that you can hire. But you never thought that maybe that if Vader had wanted, he could have fucking got the armor from Boba? I think he could.
I don't know.
I think he could.
Because if you end up killing off Boba Fett, then you...
I didn't say kill him.
Well,
just steal his fucking armor.
Then how are you going to shape it? Because Vader is significantly larger than...
Couldn't Vader have fucking give it to one of his stormtroopers? Like the top guy in the... Was it 501st? Vader's crack fucking assault trooper would have this Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, but then you take away a resource from Boba Fett.
Well, yeah, but Boba can go get some more. Boba's badass. He can go back to fucking Mandalore and kick some ass till he gets another set.
Would he want to give up his father's armor?
No, he wouldn't want to, but it's the fucking Empire.
I don't think he would have given it up. He would have had been killed over it.
There was a comic, I think. There was actually a comic once where Boba Fett and Vader faced off. And Vader ends up, I can't remember, it comes to a stalemate, but Vader does get it over on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wished I could remember it better. It's been forever and a fucking day ago that I read it.
We are fucking nerds.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Holy fuck, we are nerds.
Speaking of some nerdy shit and comics, did you ever have a chance to read that Mad Max comic?
Dude, I've been at Jackson all week.
Well, yeah, but you had downtime.
I've completely been, media deprivated the entire time I was there.
Well, I gave you the fucking issue, so...
Yeah, I should have fucking read them.
All I can say is disappointment. It was disappointing. And it proves to me without a doubt that the new movie is an alternate fucking universe. There's no doubt, no getting around it.
I kept trying to argue.
Yeah, that it's alternate.
Yeah, that it's alternate timeline over and over and over again.
Yeah, but I was busting my head on the fact of what if it isn't? What if it isn't?
But it is.
Well, now I'm totally secure in the idea that this is a different fucking Max. Thus, doesn't fucking matter. He doesn't fucking matter. This is Earth 2. Fuck Earth 2. I don't care.
I don't think the movie was all that bad.
Well,
I was entertained. So that's all the movie has to do is entertain me.
Well,
I mean, I was confused at one part, but there's other shit that I watched that entertains me. That...
I'm someday I'm going to go back and watch it again. And just try to enjoy it for the spectacle that it is.
Yeah.
Especially now that I'm 100% certain that it's alternate world. But it still irks me. But what I mean is just the timeline thing. There was no reason to change the timeline. And for anybody wanting proof of the timeline change, it's little things like you see in the convoy that Colonel, what was his name? Colonel Joe Moore.
Yeah.
All right, Immortan Joe. When the war happened, the way that the world dries up, it wasn't like that in the originals. They show everything like the oceans are fucking drying up. There's glaciers or something forming somewhere, taking all the water away from the oceans.
Yeah.
And it shows him leaving the city, forming a gang, moving out. And if you look in the crowd, what do you see? You see a Humvee, which way much later. We're talking about 1990 and later. And you see
I'm fucking tired of talking about Mad Max.
Well, I got the bitch. Leave me alone, motherfucker. Well, I'm just explaining this. I'm trying to explain this. All right. And you see the fucking the Skyliner, the GTR Skyliner.
Yeah.
That's 85, 86, and later. Later, you see introduction of a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Sorry, way the fuck later. But the big clue is on one of the guys that they call the history men.
Yeah.
And if you look at his tattoos and zoom in on that picture really fucking close.
What you showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has things like 2001 written on his arm. It has, what was it, Oil Wars from like 2001 and later.
Yeah.
And then like, what was it, 2020 or so was like the Water War. And then it had 2031 mass extinction.
Yeah.
That was all the evidence I needed right there. It's like, this locks it into place. Alternate world, fuck this shit.
Which I tried telling you after. Like, you had initially told me, and I was like, oh, I'll look into it. And I looked into it, and I was like, oh, it's alternate timeline. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, well, you didn't invest your entire goddamn life on that fucking movie.
No, I didn't.
Fucking...
What do I invest my life on?
Fucking anime. Fucking Gundams and Dragon Balls and...
Pretty nerdy shit.
Well, yeah.
With that.
New school nerd. It's newer school.
Yeah.
Newer school.
Yeah.
Which technically I could have been into Macross and fucking Gundam and in my time.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck all that noise. I remember the ads for the Macross kits, like model kits by Revell on the back of comics and shit.
I thoroughly... Dude, I don't think I've ever been... for most of my life been centered on one thing.
Well, I wasn't centered on it, but it was... Well, okay. I say you have. Star Wars.
Even that was never the center.
Well... I orbited the fuck out of it when I was a child coming up.
I did too, but then I, like, from Star Wars, I went on to, what I remember, Pokemon, and then Gundam and Dragon Ball Z, and then there was, like, I got into sports for a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of did too back when I was a teenager. I was collecting baseball cards and...
Yeah.
Back around, 87, 88... Up through there, I think. Yeah, I've still got it at the house. I've got like a complete set of fucking 88 Topps cards that I collected by hand.
Dude, I think.
And it's an error set because it has all the error cards and shit added in with it. Yeah.
The weirdest thing is when I was in high school, I didn't really take in anything new besides like different music, but as far as like culture wise, I then reverted on everything that I liked back when I was younger. Mm-hmm. When I was in high school.
Yeah. When I was in high school, there was a lot of shit that come out. You know, Wayne's World, Coneheads, all that crap come out about that time period.
I didn't have anything good come out. Honestly, I didn't have anything like that fucking good to come out.
Well, it wasn't that I focused on that, but I remember like...
I think I had Jackass.
I spent
Oh, Christ.
I spent my time reading. That's what I did in like high school, especially late high school.
What was it that I said when we passed the books? Reading's for faggots! Dude.
Well,
there's that other nerd that was like going to go play Magic the Gathering that was like following way too close.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah, that dude was like creeping right up on our ass, man.
And I'm not wearing any boxers, so that made me feel like even more vulnerable.
Wasn't like he was walking behind you fingering your asshole or something, you know?
It felt like he was about to. I was scared.
He's creeping after your sexy ass there, Lunchbox.
I was like, Gleek, man, I need an adult. But
he touched me in the no spot.
but
show me on the doll where the pervert touched you.
I could imagine, like, you must have been like, these guys are fucking weird. Like, he was the fucking dork.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck them.
I know, like, there is a certain level of... Okay. There is a certain level of dork and nerddom that even for me makes me scratch my fucking head.
Well, there's a level of nerddom when it becomes really fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And
it's not knowing how to function normally without this thing being the center of all that you see. My first kind of dose of this was I was in Mr. G's Comics in Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And this had to be back 2010, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I ever been over there. I didn't know it existed till someone told me.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's a little tucked away shop, but I went in there, and I was just browsing their comics, looking to see what they had. I was trying to discover something that I like to read, and there were these guys all sitting around a table, not paying any attention to a potential customer, playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh God, that game!
Like,
I've never got it. I've never understood the attraction. I don't get it.
I didn't get a, hey man, how you doing today?
Yeah, you didn't get shit from them.
I didn't get nothing from them. I didn't get. It's like, oh yeah, if you need anything, just holler at me.
Yeah.
You know, fucking basic shit.
Yeah,
like that's all I expect.
Yeah, you'd actually understand it. You go in and a bunch of guys are huddled around a table and they're like, "Just a minute, man, we're looting a dungeon."
I would even,
you'd understood that if they're playing D&D or something.
I would have understood it if they were still playing Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
I would have understood if they were in there playing Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
If they would have just, fucking acknowledged me.
Yeah.
But at that moment, that game,
yeah,
was way more important than anything else that had been.
Yeah, and that's not how you run a business.
No, it's not. Like, if I had a comic book shop, it'd fucking be like Walt from Tell Him Steve Dave, and like fuck yeah, let's do some shit. And
yeah, I've been in a few, man. Like the one I went down to, and I went to some in Shreveport. I've been went to a comic book game shop out in Roseburg, Oregon. Mm-hmm. Dude, you walked in, and I mean they were right there, and yeah, there was games and shit going on, but the guys they'd pay attention to you.
They were professional.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted you to buy shit. They wanted you to feel welcomed. Like, when Mr. G is in his comic book shop, dude, I love getting there when it first opens on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Saturday morning. And I think it opens around, like, either 11 or noon. And I'll get in there, he's just turning everything on. And, like, he was the one that told me about the Wu-Tang Clan album that they're taking around to the museums.
Oh, yeah, that special edition thing.
Yeah.
That you couldn't record, or you couldn't make a copy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's...
Which, sorry, if I pay a fucking $1 million for a record, I'm having a fucking backup.
I don't know if I would want anyone else to listen to that.
Shit. I spent $1 million on a fucking record. I am going to show it to every fucking body. I'm going to be like, look what the fuck I got.
It's going to be like the Slave One inbox graded that I told you about. It would be put away in a safe,
hermetically sealed, and
it
pumped in a box full of nitrogen so it doesn't react to any oxygen. And,
it would be like it's being looked at by top men.
Top men.
Yeah, but
like locked away next to your personal ark.
Yeah, but him and I, like, we always have, like, a really good conversation. And, like, I know the last time I was in there, I was like, so you excited to see the new Ant-Man movie? He was like, I'll wait till it comes out on DVD.
Yeah, there's another one I'm not interested in. Ant-Man.
But he's a good businessman. Mm-hmm. He's a good guy to talk to. He knows just shit. He's up to date on everything. He's a little bit of an older guy. Mm-hmm. He's up to date on all, like, the fucking culture and shit. He understands, like, the magic stuff, but he doesn't really get into it. He sells some of it. just that style of people. I've then ran into many different types afterward, and mostly it's been like just people that are really way too into just one little minute thing, and they make it their entire fucking existence.
Yep.
Like the bronies.
Oh God, those fucking creeps. That is some creepy, sick, twisted shit. Dude.
Alright.
And I don't give a fuck who bitches in the future. Any brony wants to stand up and bitch, he can go fuck himself. You are a fucking weirdo and a creep.
Dude, alright. I will admit this. I will go on the record. I was like, I will watch an episode of this shit because they say that it's all about the humor.
Uh-huh.
I watched it.
A case of trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with these people.
Yeah. Like this.
Where is their disconnect?
This is fucking research, right? For a show for little girls, it isn't bad.
Yeah.
Right? For a grown-ass man...
It's fucking creepy.
I watched it and I was like, none of this is funny, and the only parts that I can see that are funny are the modern cultural references. Like, now it's just like, meme the show in pony form.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to... I don't want to do any of this. I don't want, like, what I look at the internet to be on television.
Yeah.
Like,
it's two separate fucking things.
Like, most of the time, while I'm watching television, I'm browsing the fucking internet anyway.
Yeah.
Why would I want this bombardment of the same fucking thing?
I don't have a clue, man.
Like,
well, I've said it. I really do think it is. It's not just a case of these people being fucking creeps, dude. Let's admit to ourselves. It's fucking autism. It is autism, and there is something wrong with some people's heads. They get fixated on certain little things. Case in point, I went to school with a boy, and this is before the word fucking autism even existed. He was considered simple, or as some guys said, he was touched in the head.
Yeah.
There's just something not right with him. He was a good kid. You know what I mean? You could tell he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was way the fuck into baseball, like too fucking much. He couldn't play worth a shit. But he was a walking fucking computer, dude. He was Rain Man.
When it came to stats?
You fucking A.
Dude.
You could ask him about baseball. He could tell you some football, college level, basketball, shit like that. But baseball was his fucking thing. Dude, he was the sports almanac. You take this motherfucker back in time, and you are going to make bank.
Yeah.
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 And you could ask him silly fucking shit. You know, like, all right, man, who won the fucking National League Championship back in 1928? Boom. It'd come out of his mouth before you even fucking closed yours. Yeah. And he knew percentages. He wasn't very good in math and other shit. But by God, he could calculate fucking batting averages, and he just naturally just got this shit.
Yeah.
And it was to a point that even the other sports fan was like, this is fucking creepy. Because that's all he fucking did. I remember him being in school and going through baseball cards, and I traded baseball cards and shit to him.
Yeah.
He didn't give a rat's ass about value. He did not care nothing about that. He wanted new cards so he could look at the fucking stats and compare them to what he already had in his head.
Huh.
Yeah. And I mean, this kid, he would like look at the front and go, yeah, that's him. Flip it over and spend half an hour staring at this motherfucker's stats. And you know that he's memorizing all this shit.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. And he was like one of the biggest Cardinal fans you ever seen. And could tell you everything about their fucking roster. Like, who's going to play this weekend? And he'd tell you the entire fucking starting lineup. And that this guy has been held in reserve, you know, and this dude's out on fucking medical, and this and that. You could almost ask him, and how much do the hot dogs cost in the stadium?
And
he could probably tell you.
Alright, the batter had chicken parmesan the night before? And
if he had a way to know, he would have fucking been able to tell you.
Dude. Holy Christ.
And that is now, when I look back on it, he is what is considered autistic.
See, I know I get on kicks about things. Like, there's been a running gag, if no one's picked up on it, I guess it's now time to let the cat out of the bag, of me mentioning, it, like, at least, like, one Kubrickian reference.
Always.
Every single episode. Or one of us slipping it in, and I'm like, alright, that's fine. That's the Kubrick thing.
Well, you can't help it. You tend to talk about Kubrick quite a bit.
Yeah. For me, I don't think it's an obsession. I really like the stuff that he's made.
Well, it's just you recognize his fucking genius, and you watch schlock movies and shit, and you're like, this does not compare even a tenth of a percent to what his greatness.
Because I try to watch some movies like they're fucking art. That's why when I got into Breaking Bad, I saw like absolutely no flaws within that, because like the story was cohesive. To me, there was like no loopholes or plot holes or anything. It went back and touched upon itself. So like there was like all these like foreshadowing things and this, that, and the other, which it drew me in. I was like, God, give me the smack, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You're popping up a vein so you can just inject this shit.
Yeah, and then you're talking about the sports guy, dude. I don't do percentages or anything. I don't even do wins and losses, but fuck, dude, wrestling.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
you're not doing shit like being able to tell you, does this guy do better in a closed stadium or in a fucking open field?
Yeah.
Does he play better in the fucking afternoon or the fucking late evening?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I can just tell you who Punk lost to in certain events, and like I can give you a pretty good foreshadowing of a card.
That's just you're a fan of it, you like it.
Yeah. Which
you're not a walking sports almanac, though.
Which for like any, I think, just basic sports fan that goes out there, they know whether or not their team is going to win or lose.
Yeah.
By the time they go in there.
Well, you brought up originally the fucking brony bullshit. There's more to it than just people being touched in the head. And the world needs to admit it, dude. These are perverts. Because, yeah.
For some of them, I do think
when some of them when people get to doing shit like dressing the fuck up as animals. So they can... Well, there's ponies, too, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
I've seen the pictures of the jackasses dressed like that.
Yeah, to me, they're just fucking furries.
Well, they are. And they're fucking perverts.
Yeah, well, all furries are fucking perverts.
Yeah. It just... I wonder... It's almost every sector of fucking pop culture nowadays has its fucking uber nerd.
Like the ones that do cosplay. And then the ones that do cosplay badly, but they still love the fucking cosplay that they do.
Even a bad cosplayer, I can understand it if it's a true fan of something. And people will look at it and laugh. He's like, he's making an effort.
Yeah.
You know.
To me, like, if I was to, like, some of those people you go up and talk to, it's going to end up being like Sports Almanac guy.
Yeah.
And, like, I love me some Dragon Ball Z. I tell you, I have, like, select episodes I like more than I like others. But
you're not going to sit and be able to give you every...
The fight between Frieza and Goku is exactly 100 and blah, blah minutes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No,
14 punches to this guy and so many for this guy.
They have 90 episodes before Namek explodes. So fucking sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be bored while Goku talks to himself in the tank.
Well, everybody though has something they focus on. You focus, you know wrestling and shit, especially older. When you was really into it.
Yeah. And
what brought us all into this whole thing was my attraction to Max. It was just a thing when I was younger. I loved that fucking world. I lived in that world where we could get bombed at any minute.
Yeah.
I'm living in the Reagan era and actually getting shown black and white fucking duck and cover reels.
See,
I lived that shit. So for me, it wasn't... I was a fanboy. I guess, okay, I'm willing to call myself that, a fanboy.
Yeah.
But it come from the culture I was in.
See, and I have absolutely nothing from my pop culture era that came up during that matches the way that I live now.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking way of it. It's just, it's all been fantasy shit or science fiction.
It's escapism.
Yeah, like
that's what science fiction was for me when I was a kid. It was a fucking escape. I mean, there was nothing greater for me than to sit down and watch some like original Battlestar Galactica, and for an hour, I was a Viper pilot.
Yeah.
You know, as a little kid, I'm sitting there playing with my toys,
dude,
watching it. You know,
where I had fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, dude. I never got the Mad Max like experience that you had, where you know, this is the Reagan era, this could happen any fucking moment. This is
Well, see, for me, it was rare though because it was I think a symptom of me waking the fuck up.
Yeah.
I realized that world was possible.
Yeah. And see, I didn't have nothing that sunk itself into reality. Like, it was all just plastic crap.
Oh yeah, it's your plastic shit. You know.
And as I grew up and fucking just realized that, like, I'm able to distinguish and enjoy, you know, these things separately. Like this fucking Gundam thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to buy that today.
No.
But fuck, I like Zaku's. So. Yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, you know I fucking like them.
Well, it's like you mentioned earlier, me, when I got all the fucking dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
Or dreadnoughts. Said it wrong.
Yeah. Internet's full.
Well, no, it's being Southern. That's what it is.
Mm.
You know we can't pronounce a damn thing right.
And we all talk so slow.
We talk so slow.
Warm out today.
Which
warm out yesterday.
It's gonna be warm tomorrow.
That's where we're sipping our mint juleps. I'm not drinking Gatorade. I'm drinking mint julep.
Exactly. Which we do. I noticed that we definitely are Southerners. That when I go and I edit a episode, and I'm sure some people are probably going to drive them nuts, but this is the way we talk.
Yeah.
We kind of hesitate a little. And when you go back and you look at the actual sound file, the way it's split up, my God, we sound like a bunch of Kirks. Yeah. It's hot today, and it'll be hot tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't fucking see it, but
yeah, we do.
Yeah, I can imagine pouring hours and hours and hours of our audio files that you'll
notice little
someone's
things.
Cadence and.
Oh, there's been times that I have actually clipped some files together. I have trimmed silence, like microseconds of silence out from between the words. Yeah.
Just to make everything flow like more cohesively?
Yeah, because I'm listening and I'm like, Jesus, God, we sound like a bunch of hicks. Yes.
Fuck me running.
Oh,
Holy shit. Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been living down here my whole life.
You grew up in it.
Yeah.
It's your culture.
Never paid any attention to it.
Yeah. We're a bunch of Kirks, man.
Dude, when you hear... I was up in Pennsylvania for like 2 months.
Fast talking Yankees.
Dude, what the fuck? I remember looking at a guy, I'm like, you don't have a job, you don't have anywhere to fucking be. Why you gotta talk so goddamn fast?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why are you in such a hurry, man?
Yeah, dude, fucking chill out.
Oh, I about lost my mind once. I was at a job down in Tampa, and there was a dude from New York City.
New York City?
Yeah. And there was a dude from New York City and a dude from Boston.
Holy shit.
And they were sitting side by side each other right across from me. They drove me fucking nuts.
Were they arguing about like the...
Everything.
Yeah, of course they
Everything. And you could tell they weren't really pissed off. They just... They fucking just like two dogs constantly snarling and snapping at each other. But you could tell it was just their normal way of fucking talking.
Yeah.
And they talk so fucking fast.
What the fuck?
Oh my God. I honestly, I worked at that place. It was weird. I worked around a lot of people from different places. There was a guy from Warsaw, Poland. And yeah, he had a really strong Polish accent. There was some people from Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a brother and sister from fucking Ireland.
Yeah.
And I could put up with them talking. And I'm sure maybe our accent irritates them.
Yeah.
But their accents were all cool. But it was that New York and Boston guy. there's something for me about the Yankee accent that just grinds my gears. And it's not like hate or anything like that.
It's just nails on a chalkboard.
It is.
Fuck me.
And I remember, like, when I was a kid, I grew up watching, like, the New Yankee Workshop. You know, with Norm Abrams. My dad used to watch that shit.
Dude, my dad watches that shit.
God damn. I'd be interested in the show, and I'd be like, Norm, shut the fuck up, Norm.
Just
please.
do it, Norm.
Just saw the wood, nail it together, show me how you did it, and don't say a goddamn word.
And ducktail them fucking corners, you beautiful bastard.
And don't forget to wear safety glasses.
Yeah! Use that lathe. Fucking polish that wood.
Now, but here's another one, though. This is bizarre. Because,
I can't believe I know these fucking references. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Now, here's the one that's weird. The New York, Boston accent drives me nuts. I don't mind a Maine accent.
Because they're the Southerners of the North.
I guess.
That's why.
The Southerners of the North. Yeah. Well, I mean, I tell you another one that they're entertaining to listen to. It's people from places like Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
All Midwesterners fucking talk like that. It's not just Minnesotans.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, I knew a girl from Iowa. Holy fucking shit.
Just
Tacos. Oh, really? Tacos? There's totally a K in that. Tacos. Fucking horse gang.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Some tacos takeout.
Oh, fuck me. Hey, let's go to Taco Jeans. Oh, really? Fuck. A whole lot of Mexicans going on down there. Alright, let's fucking go.
Well, I tell you an accent that I absolutely adore. There's two of them in particular, but I fucking adore it. I'm just gonna be honest. If it's a woman speaking, well, ooh, it puts the fucking iron in him. I'm serious. I'm just gonna do that. I'm being truthful. The sound of an Irish girl or a German girl. Whoo-hoo! Good God Almighty. I love the way they speak. You know, especially when they're speaking English.
Yeah.
Just, I love that sound.
It's like music to your ears, huh?
And
German's a really, like, tough language. I don't see how.
yeah, no, it's very mean.
Yeah.
It's got a, a very violent sound to it.
Yeah, a lot of in it.
Well, you ought to hear, though, like, this Irish girl I worked with. Dude, she could speak Gaelic.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, was just fucking beautiful. I remember asking her sometimes, just, could you just speak in your language? Just speak that. And she'd say it, and then it would just, whoo-hoo. You know what I mean? Butterflies right up the spine. Yep.
You should have had all...
In this episode, Gleek reveals way too much.
You should have had all the Irish babies with her.
Oh, man.
You fucking McBastin.
Well, that's sure,
Maybe, dude.
I'm sure the Irish side of my family would be happy to know it.
Maybe. All right. That's why Bostonians and New Yorkers don't get along. The
Really?
Italians never got along with the fucking Irish.
Good point. Good point. I don't know. It was just their way, man.
Well, you have like two rival cities.
Mm-hmm.
So you have,
Oh yeah, when they get to arguing baseball or basketball, it was fucking insufferable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All I gotta say is Babe fucking Ruth. So.
Well, he played for Boston and New York,
Yeah,
didn't he?
but he was the big trade-off.
Yeah.
That kind of made Bostonians hate New Yorkers forever. So.
I can see that.
But, it's fucking Babe Ruth. Huh? Why are you going to trade him? So what if he died of syphilis? Who fucking cares? He could lift a piano.
Yeah. Well, you heard that story about him throwing a piano off the
Yeah,
dock.
the lake? Yeah,
they actually dug that piano up. Some diver dove off where that pier used to be and found some of the frame, and they found the keys and shit, like the ivory keys. And from what I was reading about it, somebody took an old piano of that model, that type,
and put it together?
Yeah, refurbished it and replaced it with the parts that they'd found at the bottom of that lake.
This is Babe Ruth going off the fucking pond piano?
Yeah. He supposedly got so pissed off his wife didn't like the piano he'd bought her. He was like, well, fuck you then. Nobody gets to have it. And he just shoved it off into a fucking lake.
No wonder the Bambino could fucking knock balls out of the park. He was lifting pianos. His fucking exercise.
Well, he's also drunk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the story was that he was like half fucking drunk, got fucking in a rage, and hulked that motherfucker all the way down to the lake and shoved it off.
Did he play baseball drunk?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. And that's probably why he knocked the skin off the ball every fucking time.
That's where that picture comes from, him pointing to the outfield, because he's pointing at the beer man. Hey, you! Yeah, bring me a brew down to the dugout. I'm going to knock the fuck out of this ball and be back here in about 10 seconds.
I'm going to ping the fucking shit out of that beer guy over there. I'm going to make sure that he gives me the right thing this time. Knocks it all out. Babe Ruth. Oh! Oh, and he goes down like a sack of potatoes.
There's suds everywhere. Oh, the humanity.
The Hindenburg blows up in the background.
Everybody's ignoring it.
Yeah, everyone's ignoring it because fucking Babe Ruth's ball just ricocheted off his head and hit the Hindenburg, caused it to wreck. The dude has massive skull fracture damage. Fucking old lefty there, his whole right side is fucking stroked out from being pegged with a baseball.
I tell you, you made me think of this. When I was in high school, I watched this shit. This was fucked up. I watched this kid in a batting cage. Alright, they had a batting cage inside the gym one time.
The story's never gonna go. It's like, I saw this kid in a batting cage once.
Oh, it's gonna go bad. This is gonna go
fucked up shit.
This is gonna go bad. Alright, the batting cage was just this net. It wasn't like steel fence or nothing. It was just a net.
So it was like a ragtag fucking, fuck it.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
a batting cage.
Yeah, they had this pitching machine in it, and it was near summer vacation. They were getting ready to play like Little League and shit. And,
okay.
Alright. This kid, I remember he was a fucking bruiser. He was a big ass kid, and I remember he could knock the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah.
Well, he's in there practicing just whack, whack. And this fucking kid walks up to the batting cage watching him. Reaches up and he's clinging on the net, hanging on the net. Next fucking ball, as soon as he come up, clinged on the net, watched him. The next ball that kid fucking hit, he fouled it just to the side real fucking hard.
Fuck.
Yeah. That ball just tipped right off that fucking bat, smashed that kid right in the fucking nose, dude.
He broke his fucking nose.
Yeah, it did. It was a fucking tomato, just. And I mean, you could hear it too. The crack of that bat, crack, pow! Almost the same fucking noise. And I remember that kid just fell backward, dude. It was almost comical. He let go of the net. I watched his head rock backward and like kind of come back up, and he let go of the net, and he just fell backward in fucking slow motion. Like, you could see the lights going off in that fucking head.
Yeah.
Just boom! Sack of fucking potatoes laying right there next to the batting cage. And the coach, I remember the coach turned around and was like, oh, fuck! And he didn't even, like, run to him. It was a case of, like, this boy is so fucked up, I don't even have to be in a hurry.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fucked up even if I get there early. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sauntered his ass over, and I remember him just standing there looking down at him for a second, shaking his head like, oh my God, I hope this kid ain't fucking dead. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap this up for this episode. I've been wanting to put it out there. If any listeners have any subjects that they'd like to hear us talk about, go over. We'd love to fucking hear from somebody.
Yeah, it would be interesting to be like, well, you guys kind of touched on this thing in this episode, but you never really got around to it.
Yeah, and that includes if somebody just wants to write in and say, you guys suck.
Yeah.
You know, because fuck it, we'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to read some listener reactions.
Some hateful comments.
Well,
I've never even seen Lunchbox, and I know he's fat as fuck. From Sick
and Gleek is
Nasty.
skinny because Lunchbox steals all his food. But yeah,
Arby's.
horsey sauce.
All right.
But yeah, any subjects you want to hear us talk about, just feel free to write in. Give us a few lines on it,
and make sure it isn't all entirely anime, or else he'll lose his fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, you can go ahead and talk about anime. I'm just gonna sit here and play video games while you do it or something. But
You'll pull me like I did with our first episode over here, and I played Tetris for like 40 minutes.
yeah,
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
But anyway, folks, that wraps up another fine Picklestick production of the Generation Gap podcast. I have been Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
And we'll catch you next time.
Later on, folks.
You can follow the Generation Gap podcast at PicklestickPod on Twitter, or shoot us an email at picklestickproductions@gmail.com.